Well, hello again, it's TC from PutMeInTheWater.com, and today I want to help you build your first fly tying tool set. Now here's what I've observed. There's a lot of guys out there fly fishing and are doing an awesome job at it, but I don't think enough of them are tying their own flies. So today I want to help you put together this tool set. I want to kind of clear up some of the confusion for you so you know exactly what you need to start tying flies and getting the job done. Alright? So one of the things that I really care about is not wasting money. I don't want to throw my money away, and I don't want to spend too much on something if I know I can get it cheaper somewhere else. Or if I can find it used. That's usually the route I'm going to go. But here's the deal. I want to live within my means, and I want you to know something. You can start tying flies today without having to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. To be quite honest with you, you can get this tool set right here for under $30 at Bass Pro. You can add a few more things for about another $20 to really make it a nice set that'll help you tie just about any fly you want to tie. Other than that, you just have to buy the specific materials for the flies. And again, if you're just going fly design by fly design, it's not that big of a deal, alright? So you can even start finding stuff, I've seen people use Dorito bags. I used my dog's hair one time to make a clouds of minnow. You can use all kinds of random stuff to tie flies, alright? The cool thing is that once you get this essential tool set, if you take care of them, they're going to last a long time. This right here is the first fly tying tool set that I got about 6 years ago. It's still holding up strong. I still use it. I've upgraded some of the things just to make things a little easier, but it wasn't because I absolutely had to. It was something that I just wanted to do, found a good deal, picked it up, made the upgrade, kept tying flies. The important thing though is that we're tying flies, right? So here's the deal. This set, the most important thing you have, I think with fly tying, or one of the most important things, is that you have a vise. Okay, now we're not talking about the red vise out in your shop that you're holding 2x4s with. We're talking about this small vise here that clamps to the table, and it's going to hold the hook nicely here at this end of the vise. As it holds the hook, it's going to hold it at the bend of the hook, and it's going to allow the hook shank to be exposed so you can actually wrap the thread around it. That's what the vise is for. Next thing is this. You need a good pair of scissors. Not your kitchen scissors, okay? You want a nice pair of scissors that's going to give a good, clean, precise cut for cutting bucktail, for cutting elk hair, for cutting the thread, or for just trimming up any other loose hackles or something on your fly. You want a good pair of scissors with a nice point at the end. Now the next thing you're going to need is what's called a bobbin. Now the bobbin holds the spool of thread. It comes right here through the eye of the bobbin, and then it gives you control over where the thread goes. So the bobbin's the middleman between your spool of thread and the actual hook that your fly's going to be tied on. Alright? Now the next thing is this. It's called a bodkin. It's an over-glorified needle. Alright? That's really what it is, but you're going to use this little needle here to clean out the eye of the hook when glue gets in it. You're going to also use it to apply glue or some head cement to the fly to finish it. You also might use it to clean up some strings, or to snag a little loop of string that might be hanging down or something like that. Or if you're doing warm water flies, poppers, something like that, and you need to add some silly legs to a foam body, you can use this, poke a hole through it, and then pull your silly legs back through. So there's a lot of little uses that you'll use this little needle for. All right, it's a needle with a handle called a bodkin. The final thing is hackle pliers. Hackle pliers allow you to hold something very small, very delicate, without breaking it, and use that to tie it onto the fly. So, for example, when you're doing dry flies, you're going to be using some fine hackle that you're going to need to hold with these hackle pliers so that you can properly wrap it around there. And sometimes it's more delicate than you can hold with your actual fingers. All right, so your fingers, your fat stubby ends of your fingers, are not going to be what you need. You're going to have these hackle pliers. So that's what we've got. Now today, really, this setup is super simple, alright? But there's a few other things that I like to add to this setup to make it a little bit more functional. Alright, the other thing that I like to add is this thing right here. It's called a threader. It's going to help you get the thread through the eye of the bobbin. Alright, another thing that I like to add is something called a beadser. Now in the beader there's a little gap here and a little indentation to hold the bead. That is going to help you get the bead and pick these little almost microscopic beads up and actually get them on your hook whenever you're tying midges or you're tying some sort of beadhead nymph. Alright? Another thing that I like is what's called a whip finisher. Every time that you finish your fly, you're going to have to tie it off somehow and tie the thread so the thread doesn't come unwrapped. And the way we do that majority of the time is with something that's called a whip finish. Now you can do a whip finish with your fingers and just maneuver them around and actually get the job done. But when you got these really small, delicate flies, let's say size 18 or 20 midges, and you're trying to get this thread in a certain spot to whip finish it, this helps you get a nice, clean, precise whip finish. All right. Now the last thing and the last little upgrade that I like to make to this set is I like to add a ceramic bobbin. Okay. The standard bobbin is just a piece of steel here, and what happens is it builds up some friction in there and actually will break some of the finer thread that you'll be using for these smaller flies. And so this ceramic bobbin is just all around a lot better, and it's not going to cut your line, and you're going to have a more pleasant experience using the ceramic. Trust me. Now here's the thing. All this right here is all you need and a little bit more to get you started tying flies. It'll last you a long time if you take care of it, and it'll really help you in a lot of different fly tying applications. So get out there, tie you some flies, get out there on the water, alright? Again, I'm TC from PutMeInTheWater.com. Check out the website, like this if you enjoyed it. If you got some comments or suggestions, leave them below. Thanks, have a great day.